Welcome back to another episode of The Broke Boys. I'm Ryan.
I'm Kat.
And we have another spectacular episode.
Woohoo, spectacular. I like that. I'm going to roll the intro before we get started, though.
Yeah, let's go.
We them broke boys from the hood. We on them missions, understood. Won't catch us lacking, we that good. We always winning like we should. We flying high, we butterfly up to the sky. No way you catching us goodbye. Pray to God we make it out alive. I'll never leave my dogs behind. We stick together like we signed. We shooting stars, one of a kind. We undefeated, just resign. Money more lower than a bitch nowadays. Don't talk.
Hey.
Money more lower than a bitch nowadays. Don't talk the talk.
Hey, that part kind of hits, but I don't.
That part always hits. Everybody always switching up and switching lanes. It's all good. Fuck
Hey,
everybody.
hey. Positive vibe only. Thank you.
Yeah, you're right. And no more. They don't deserve none of my energy. You're right. So, you know what's itching?
Yeah.
You know what's itching?
You know what's itching?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Another fucking getaway trip.
Oh.
I want to fucking go to SF. I want to go visit Adi. I want to go visit
Me
my bestie.
too. My bestie. That's weird. Anyways. So me and Martin have been on this spree recently where we don't want to be home.
Yeah.
Like, we want to be out.
I think it just helps us out mentally just to be like leaving the house, not having to deal with anybody's bullshit or anybody's drama. And it's just us. All right. We're going to go take this trip for memories.
Fun. Yeah, I think that's where we're at. Just to like get out. Yeah, you're right. And just like go. Because I feel like when, like in past years of our relationship, we always go with like groups of people.
Yeah.
And we hardly ever went like just by ourselves.
Yeah.
And I feel like now we're going out more by ourselves, which I enjoy. I feel like it's less stressful. I feel like it's less like, it's less having to manage, like micromanage people. Like it's just easier to like get up and go, you know?
Yeah. And then now it's like, I think of it like this, like we're such in a great position in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I'm well off than where I was a year ago,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So now it's just like, okay.
So now we have
like,
the means to do it.
yeah. And it's just like, all right, like we need to enjoy ourselves. We don't have kids. We don't have anything. So like, why not? And then on top of that, I used to punish myself because I would be like, well, I need to save. And then I thought about it. I was like, what am I really saving for?
Yeah. And as long as you have a savings,
Yeah.
you're solid.
And then I opened, so this is a big boy thing that I did.
All right. Let us know.
I opened 2 investments for
Investment accounts
for my retirement, for my future. And I pay a certain dollar a month. I'm not going to really say much, but I pay a pretty good penny for them. So it's 2 accounts. That way, when I retire, hopefully I have, an extra check coming in.
Yeah.
From regardless, right? So I really just like had to set up something just instead of leaving it in the bank.
And I think for you, it was like, okay, if we're going to go out and spend all this money, like I should be saving money as well. So I think by you doing the investment plan where you can like put money in monthly, then you're like, okay, that's already taken care of. So you can like enjoy the money that you have.
Yeah, it's just another expense that's going towards my future. I'm not touching it.
Yeah.
It's just, and then it's better to have that money into the system rather than letting it sit in the bank and not do anything.
Yeah.
Because it's just losing its value. It's not working itself. And it's just like, nah, like I want it to be pushed so that way, you know what I mean? So I did that big boy thing for myself, for the future, for retirement. At the end of the day, it's your obligation for your future.
Yeah.
It's what you want to do so that way you can be a little bit well off. You don't have to really struggle. I also don't want to be working by the age of 50, 60. You know? I want to be able to enjoy the last moments I have of my life before I hang myself, just
Hey.
a little bit like that.
Hey. Positivity only, please.
No.
Spreading lies around here.
Okay. But like I said, I just want to be able to be comfortable.
Yeah, and I feel like now we're in a place where I get a nice little financial aid check, you get weekly checks. And They're bi-weekly, my bad. And we can do these things, and it won't, our bills are paid. No one's going to come. That's what my dad always says. He's like, I was like, oh, I want to do this, or I want to go to Disneyland again. Cause that's like my place to go. Our place to go is Disneyland. Yeah. And my dad, and I was like, but it's so much money and blah, blah. My dad's like, are your bills getting paid? And I said, yeah. He was like, okay, so what are you worried about? Like, you have the money, do it. And he's always like, no one's going to come and shut your water off. Like, no one's going to come and turn off the lights in your house. Like, as long as you have your bills paid, you're good. Mm-hmm. And my mom was kind of the same thing. She's always saying like, hey, if you have the money, do it. Like, why not? You work hard. You go to school. You're doing all these things. Like, if you guys got it, do it.
Mine was always the opposite. Mine, you were criticized for not saving. And I thought about it.
Well, it makes sense for your background too.
Yeah, and I thought about it for so long because I was like, man, why do they trip so bad? But it's because they don't save or leave everything in the bank. They keep it like cash value because obviously what they've gone through, where they come from.
Well, and that's what I would say, where they come from too. It's very different.
Yeah, and it's just like, no necesitas orar. You need to save. You know, you can't be spending money a lo pendejo and stupid shit. And that's what I kept categorizing a lot of stuff, like trips. I kept categorizing as a stupid shit. Same thing with clothes. Like, those were stupid shit. And it's just like, hold on, like, I work so hard. I deserve to spoil myself. I deserve to get myself some nicer clothes.
And if you don't, then who will?
Presentable. Exactly.
That's the other thing. Like, and that's what my dad says. Okay, if you don't, who will? Like, no one's gonna forever buy your clothes for you. So if you have to buy the clothes and they're more expensive than you'd like, do it. So yeah. Anyways, all that to say that we want to travel, and not far. Don't get crazy. We don't got that much funds.
Yeah, no, but I think we're to the point where we're just like, you know what, we can handle a trip to Vegas. We can handle a trip to some place, some other state. You know,
and it won't kill us.
No.
So that's kind of what happened. So it was last week or 2 weeks ago, I think. And we were laying in bed. It was like Friday night. It was like 8:00.
I had just gotten back from the gym.
Yeah. So Martin works his normal shift. He got off that day, I think around like noon, 1-ish, and then went to the gym and didn't get home until close to 5. On Fridays, my day off, I think I had a doctor's. And I think I was at my grandma's house. I don't know where it was. But I was making albóndigas. But anyways, I was home and I was cleaning or whatever, and then we were laying in bed and it was like 8:00, and we were kind of just in a mood, you know, like at the end of the week you're tired, like you're exhausted, and like
and we just had to deal with a lot with, you know, personal stuff. Like, I know I was so down and out, and like I'm just so frustrated and so mentally drained, and then it's just
I think it's from a lot of things too. It's not just like one isolated thing. I think it's like a lot of things.
Drama, it's a lot of stress, it's just a lot of different shit that I got to deal with.
Yeah, and then me as well. Like, I'm stressed. It's the end of the semester is coming around, and I'm doing really good in 3 out of 4 of my classes, but that one class is like actually killing me.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what it was. We were laying in bed on Friday, and we were kind of just in a mood. Yeah, we were just talking. We were kind of in a mood, and we were like, hey, like, and then it came up, like, after we discussed what was bothering us, we were like, okay, so what are we going to do about it?
Yeah.
Like, we're just going to sit here and be sad all weekend because we had no plans.
Yeah. And I told her, I told her as a joke, like, well, let's just go to Disneyland to cure our depression and cure our things and our inner
fix
child.
Our moods.
Fix our moods.
I think it's how you put it. Let's go to Disneyland and fix our moods. And I was like, no way.
You're like, no, stop it.
No, stop it. And then he was like,
be about it then. And then once Kat knows how to push me too. Like, for me, it's just like, don't ever say that. Don't ever say be about it. Cause I'm about that fucking shit. I'm about that fucking life regardless.
No. So then he goes, oh no, I'm not going to do it. So then he puts his phone away, and then I kind of get booty tickled. Cause I'm like, why are you going to like hype me up like that? And then just not do anything. So I was like, no, that is a lot of money. Like, maybe we shouldn't do it. Right. So then we were just laying there, and just to give you guys a timestamp, it was roughly like 8:30. Okay.
It was late. I was tired.
And he was like, let me just look at the tickets. And once this man opens the Disney app, it's over. Okay. It's over. So then he opens the app and he's like, look, there's still tickets available tomorrow.
Yeah. Cause usually they're like blacked out. There's
usually they're gone the weekend of. So he looked and they were still available. And he was like, that's crazy. There's just 2 in my car. Oh my God, that's crazy. I think I'm going to buy them. And I was like, no way. Like, no way you're going to buy them. It's like 8:30 at night, dude. Like, and then we're grateful in the fact that my aunts live up there.
Yeah.
So my aunts live about an hour away from Disneyland. So we can stay with my aunts. Literally, it's like my third home. Like, my aunts live there and they have an extra room. So during the summer or during whenever, like really whenever we want, if we get a train ticket or pay our gas, like we go up there and we can stay with my aunt. We can, with both my aunts. So we're lucky in that fact. So it was like 8:30 and he was like, I don't know. So he kind of put his phone away and then he stops talking. We just stopped talking. We're just doing our own thing.
Just
and then
because like I in my head, like I said, I just feel so criticized from my childhood, from what I grew up in. And it was just like that moment of like, don't do it. No gastas el dinero a lo pendejo, you know?
Well, yeah. And then I was like, that's so much money, like unplanned, like unprovoked. Like it is a lot of money to just spend, just to like have. So then,
and then Kat gives this iconic speech that she always does, and she's good at because she knows she knows what she's doing
because it's true.
And it's manipulative, and she gets it from her mom. It's the same speech that your mom gives to everybody.
That's
bro.
manipulative. That's crazy.
Say
so now you're gassing me and my mom.
Absolutely,
Mary Helen, call him right now.
say the speech.
Come on. No, my speech is exactly what I was saying earlier. Like we're young, we don't have kids. Like we're nobody's caretaker right now besides ourselves. Martin's dad can hurt his back and end up paralyzed tomorrow, and all of a sudden we're caretakers. One of my parents get in a car accident. All of a sudden we're caretakers. Like all these things can happen where we can potentially have to be in town taking care of people. Taking care of us. Something happens to us. We get pregnant. We have a baby. All of a sudden, we can't just get up and go. My point of saying in the speech that he's talking about is saying just that. Like, do you not work hard? Like, do you not work for your money? Like, if you work hard, you should spoil yourself. And like, we don't go to Disneyland often, which is now becoming a lie. But we don't go to Disneyland often. And if we want to go to Disneyland and that's how we choose to spend our money, then that's our business. As long as we're still able to... As long as we're still able to provide for the people we care about and take care of our bills, then like we're solid.
That's the manipulative speech right there.
You're such a hater.
That's the one that's just like swipe.
When's I'm lying?
No.
Where's the lie?
Nope. I know you're not lying.
Where's the lie? Okay. And say sorry to my mother too. Tell her that you're sorry for calling her manipulative.
I'm proving my point because everyone's listening to the speech.
But I'm just saying it's true. We're 25. We don't have kids.
I'm not saying it's not true.
Exactly.
It is.
Exactly.
But then you guys know what the speech entitles, and it's just like it works every fucking time.
Well, I just need you to get it through your head that it's not a bad thing.
That's why I'm like, okay. And then I pay the tickets.
So he buys the tickets. Okay. Just to give you guys a timestamp, it's roughly 8:45 at night. He says, pack a bag. We're leaving right now.
I already packed my bag in like 5 minutes.
He's a guy. Ladies, you know what I'm talking about. I need hair. I need makeup. I need like 30 pairs of chones for 2 days. Like I just need all these things packed. And I can't do it. Hold your comments, please.
I'll hold them.
So then, 9 o'clock, we're out this house. Out. 9 o'clock, grabbed a bag. We have a bag that I have. We put both our clothes in it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to grab deodorant, dandruff shampoo. I'm trying to grab all the things I need to grab.
Let's not forget that Friday in Fresno, there was a storm.
Yeah, it was storming. But it was like already cleared up.
Yeah. So we were just driving.
So Martin was tired. So we took off. 9 o'clock. We go, we don't put gas. I think I had like half a tank. It'll get us to Bakersfield, whatever. So we go and Martin's like, I can't drive. I'm so tired. I can't drive. And I was like, I got you. So then I drove from Fresno to Delano. And Martin knocks out, right? We were talking for a little bit at the beginning and then he fell asleep and I was just listening to music.
We couldn't believe it. Like we were like, holy shit.
We were really like, there's no way we're doing this right now. There's no way.
Like we were hyped.
Yeah, it was like a new energy. Yeah, it was like a high. We were like, no way. I called my aunts because my other aunt was there and my dad and my brother were there. And I was like, hey, like pull out the air mattress. Like we're staying. And they were like, oh, okay. Like you're coming. And they were like, what the hell? Like random. Yeah. So I was like, pull out the air mattress. I know where all the blankets are. I'll get that later. Like just pull out the air mattress because we're going to get there late. We're leaving right now at 9 o'clock. So we're driving. I'm listening to my music. I'm listening to podcasts. Martin's snoring. Sleeping Beauty over here. I pull over in Delano because I need gas. And I again packed in 15 minutes. I had no slides. I just had the shoes I was going to wear in Disneyland. And I was driving barefoot where I was driving in my socks. That sounds gross. But I was like, I woke him up and I was like, hey, can I borrow your slides? And he's like, where are we? And I was like, oh, we're in Delano. We have to put gas. He was like, I'll just do it for you.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. So he got out and he did it. So I'm just scrolling my phone that I haven't touched in the last 2.5 hours. And I get an alert from ABC 30. And it says that the I-5 on the Grapevine going north and south is closed. For those of you who don't know, you have to cross the Grapevine to get to LA.
Yeah.
So it was the storm that was here in Fresno earlier the day, made its way down to LA.
Yeah.
And snowed out the Grapevine. So the Grapevine was closed. We didn't know that because, again, we packed in 15 minutes and left. So now we're sitting there and we're like, okay, well.
We're like, what the fuck are we going to do?
Yeah, what do we do?
And then I thought about it. I was like, well, worst case scenario, we just camp at the Grapevine, right?
Which I was kind of excited for, oddly, because it would just add another layer to this like high that we were already on for going to Disneyland. So I was kind of excited for it. And then Martin was like, have a sleep. And I was like, hey, can you just put in Google Drive my aunt's address and see if it'll pull up like an alternate route. And it did. But it added like another 2.5, 3 hours to our trip because we would be going around the Grapevine essentially.
Yeah, and it would say that we would get there roughly around 2:10.
It was like 2:10.
Yeah. So remember that, 2:10. If we took the alternative route. So then Martin's still asleep and I was like, I got it. I can keep driving until we get to Bakersfield. So he's like, okay. I was like, you get sleep while you can because you're losing me. And at this point it's like midnight. Yeah, so we get to the Grapevine and then we're noticing signs. Kat notices signs that they're saying that they're CHP
is escorting
everybody. So it's like, okay, cool. We get to the Grapevine and we stop at the Petro gas station.
And by the Tejon outlets.
By the Tejon outlets. And we always stop there for the restroom break or if you need to get snacks from that store, then you get snacks, right? And we stop there quick and we're like, all right, cool. Let's head out. Let's go. I get a C4, get my energy
No, we
on.
got out and it was freezing.
It's cold.
It was, I think that
But we started getting nervous too because we started seeing the semis.
Yeah, and they were pulled over.
Yeah.
I think the thermostat said it was 34 degrees. And it was freezing. Like we were out there. I was like shivering walking from my car to the store. So yeah, we started getting nervous because all the diesels were pulled over. And I was like, so are they not closed? Is it closed? Like, and then we had told nobody that we left.
Yeah.
We just left. The only person I told was my dad because he was already in LA. So my dad was calling like, hey, they closed the Grapevine. Like, how are you going to get? And I was like, I couldn't tell you. So we start driving after Bakersfield. Martin drives. And that's exactly what happened. We just got escorted through.
Yeah. And then it's just, so they did clear out all 4 lanes. 3 lanes? Oh no, all 4.
I think it was all 4.
They cleared out all 4, and you do see the snow, like the leftover snow. And then as you're driving through it, you hear like
it hitting your car.
Yeah, you hear the snow pellets or the black ice hit the bottom of the car.
But you can't see it. And I stuck my hand out the window and you couldn't feel it.
But it was cold.
Yeah, but you couldn't like feel the snowflakes or whatever.
Yeah. So, anyways, we get to the bottom, like. We passed through the Grapevine in all good health, right? In good condition.
Yeah, at this point I was out cold.
Yeah. Kat was able to sleep. Cool. And then we get to the bottom of the Grapevine and it's bumper to bumper traffic. And it's just like, fuck.
I woke up one time and it was straight red lights.
Yeah. And it's like bumper to bumper and it's all lanes are all occupied, right? And then all of a sudden you see it go from all 4 lanes to now it's closing off 2 lanes and now it's only 2 lanes. So now everybody's just trying to squeeze right through.
And at this point, it's like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. So then I was like, fuck. And then the GPS makes me get off this exit to bypass a good chunk of the traffic. And I do bypass at least 45 minutes of this traffic, right? And I'm like, cool, perfect. I get to this on-ramp that we're supposed to get back on because the GPS says enter
on this ramp.
The ramp is closed. It has multiple signs of it being closed.
And like detour.
And I was like, where the fuck am I supposed to go? And the GPS is like, turn left.
It kept rerouting you to the exit.
It kept rerouting
to the on-ramp.
to the same ramp. And I was like, no, I'm not going through that.
Yeah. So then I wake up because Martin's inevitably cussing out his GPS.
I'm like, shut the fuck up, you stupid bitch. You don't know.
No, I hear him like audibly getting upset about the GPS. And he's just like, it's closed. And I'm like, who are you talking to? One of all. And 2, like, what do you need me to do? So now I'm half asleep, like Googling how to like get around this ramp, right?
And it's still sending you to the same place.
And it's sending me to the same place. So I was like, just drive. Like, keep driving. Eventually we'll find another freeway.
Yeah. I started following a little bit of the detours, but then I detoured.
But then they kind of lost. Yeah, they kind of got lost.
Yeah.
So then, anyways, all that to say that when we finally get back on the freeway, my friends, it's still bumper to bumper traffic. So we didn't actually get to my aunt's house until about 2:30, 2:40. Fell asleep, woke up at around 9 and was in Disneyland by 11.
I woke up mad early.
Okay, so then this is the other thing. My lovely father.
My fucking sweater, bro.
He wakes up early, right? You have to go to work. So it was roughly 5 maybe.
Yeah.
5:30, and I hear the most annoying old school alarm clock you can ever hear in your life.
The iPhone
Blaring. Blaring. And I'm so tired, I don't even get up, turn it off. I just get a pillow, cover my ears. I'm going back to bed, right? Martin's like, do you hear that? I was like, how can you not? I got up, I think one time, tried to look around for it. I didn't look that hard. I didn't see it. I was like, dang, I'm going back to bed.
Yeah.
Like, that was it. I fell asleep.
And we were like, who the fuck's phone is
And
this,
whose
bro?
phone is out here? The only people sleeping in this living room right now are Chacho, me, and Martin.
And I was like, dude, I'm about to suffocate Chacho because it's his phone.
Dude, so then we started trying to find the phones. It's not Chacho's phone. It's not my phone. It's not Martin's phone. Wherever they put the chargers, it's not on one of the chargers, so
Yeah.
it's not there. So I'm like, I don't know where this phone's at, but it's going off, right? I fall asleep again. Not my concern.
Yeah.
Marty, I guess, was awake. And then my aunt woke up, and my aunt like really went on the hunt for it, and she found it and turned it off. And then we told my dad in the morning, and he just started laughing because he was like, that's the most annoying fucking alarm I could have set. Like, I set it so it wakes me up.
I'm like, who woke up? That was my phone. Why didn't no one turn it
Yeah,
off?
all proud.
Because everybody else in the house was like, whose alarm was that going off? Like,
Yeah.
why didn't you guys turn it off? Thinking it was either my phone.
Yeah.
And I was like, it wasn't mine.
Yeah. So that was funny. So then we wake up, and we went to Disneyland.
Yeah.
And we were in Disneyland, and it was like crazy.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was smooth. There was not a lot of people.
No.
It was like 68-degree weather.
It was
and then,
perfect.
yeah, when you were in the sun, it was hot. And then the second you got in the shade, it was
like
cold. And then at night, when the sun set, you needed a jacket.
Yeah.
Like you almost wanted hot chocolate because it was like cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was doing what it needed to do. We had fun. We saw, I've been seeing a lot of things because I'm on Disney TikTok, that they're going to close Autotopia. So we waited in Autotopia. We got a license plate from
Yeah.
Autotopia, or
The ID.
the ID card. From Autotopia. We were able to ride like some of the rides that they say might have to close.
Closed, yeah.
The only downfall I can say from our trip that was like not that great was our two favorite rides were closed.
Yeah. They just kept malfunctioning throughout the day. Like they
Yeah,
they were
so Martin's
saying.
favorite ride is Indiana Jones. And we try to we get the Genie Pass. So we were trying to use the Genie Pass for that ride, but it kept closing. So we
Yeah.
couldn't do it. And my new favorite ride, well, my favorite ride is Pirates of the Caribbean, but my new favorite ride is Mickey's Runaway Railroad.
Yes.
And we got the fast pass at like 6 o'clock for midnight, or for like 11:50, like the last ride possible. And the ride breaks down.
Yeah.
So we could not ride the ride.
And it's just like, fuck, so unfortunate just because like we were waiting the whole day.
And that's my favorite ride.
Yeah.
Like we were waiting
And
for it.
And this is my thing with the Genie Pass, right? My issue with the Genie Pass is that, okay, you expect to have fast passes for a time frame for each one of these rides.
Mm-hmm.
Why do I have to wait for Indiana Jones when we get there that the first available Lightning Pass is at 6 p.m.?
Yeah.
Because then it's like, okay, if I want to reserve that one at 6 p.m., I can't reserve no more
Anything else before 6.
until I waste those.
So the way the Genie Pass works is you can only have one Genie Pass at a time.
Mm-hmm.
So if we did get Indiana Jones the second we walked in the park, we could ride it at 6 p.m., but we couldn't use any of the other Genie Passes until after 6 p.m.
Yeah, and it's just like,
So you
fuck.
kind of have to do it. You kind of have to time it right, and you're kind of just running around.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what we've done, or how we do it.
We usually like knock out all the ones that doesn't have like long penalties, like just
Yeah.
knock them out. Like,
And we also try to stay within the park. Like
Yeah.
if it's Fantasyland, we're staying in Fantasyland. If it's Tomorrowland, we're staying in Tomorrowland. Like we try not to jump around unless we absolutely have to.
yeah. And the last couple times we got lucky because the last couple times like a ride has shut down while we're on it or something, and they'll give you free fast pass tickets to
Yeah,
any
so then
of
you
them.
can use it to any ride.
So then it's like perfect. We can go.
So then you can use it at Indiana Jones at whatever time we
Yeah.
want. So yeah, that was that trip. We love Disneyland.
Yeah, no, we do.
We're very lucky to be able to go as often as we do. And we came home. So we drove in the next day.
Can we talk about how great all the food was at Disney?
That's like our favorite part. Okay, so like people are like, "Oh my god, you really like the rides that much?" But it's not even just the ride; it's like the environment. Like,
Just to go out there and just enjoy ourselves. Like,
yeah, and it's truly the environment. Like you can sit on one park and it'd be full of kids, and you can sit in another one and you're literally just chilling by yourself, like playing a board game. Like it's so chill. Like, and you can kind of get a lot there.
yeah.
But the food, yeah, me and Martin, I mean, it's no secret we like food. So
Everybody loves food. Let's get that
there's-
straight.
yeah, so our favorite thing is like we eat like our meals in there just because it's easier. And again, there's two of us, so we can share, so it's not a lot of money.
Yeah.
But we eat in the park, and then we get like little snacks in between.
Yeah, to have like while we're waiting
just for
on the line. Or
fun.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
what was
it's
your
just-
favorite thing we ate?
There, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with this one.
Go ahead.
Because the birria sandwich that your brother recommended did not hit. I don't know why.
I thought
did.
it was so good.
And it tasted good like the first like couple bites, but then after a while I was like,
I thought it was so good. Like I would get it again. I thought it was good.
I just got to give it another try.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I was also freezing and the consomme was so warm.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
it just felt like a
the
hug.
consomme tasted good when you dip it with the
That's what I'm
sourdough
saying.
bread. But again, it was like the birria itself. I was like, I don't know how I feel about it yet.
All right. Hot take. What was your favorite food?
The favorite food that I got was the chorizo. What?
The chorizo nachos.
The chorizo asada fries, or the chorizo fries.
Yeah.
Those were fucking gas.
From Galactic Grill.
Yeah, then they always switch it up. It's always different.
Yeah.
Galactic Grill had these waffle fries.
Waffle fries.
And they had this spicy sauce on it with the chorizo, cilantro, cheese, all melted in together. It just tasted fucking amazing. And then the green salsa, spicy green salsa with
Yeah. My favorite, I was gonna say the birria sandwich.
it. No, that's okay.
I'm gonna stand on that. I liked
Stand
it.
on it,
It was
yeah.
good. I thought it was
I
good.
gotta give it another try. We gotta go around too.
The other thing that we tried is I usually don't get ice cream because milk really just messes with me.
I love ice cream.
But I think it was called the Olaf frozen strawberry popsicle.
Yeah, it was like a mango
Gas.
nada.
It was so good.
Yeah.
It was so good. And I think when it's just us two, we feel less pressure to like, oh, we have to do this because this person wants to see it, and we have to do this because this person wants to see it. So we literally just sit down and eat our ice cream while we're waiting for the next fast pass.
Just because like we're not in a rush. Like we did all the rides, and then we're limited on certain rides just because Cat can't really handle a lot of heavy ones.
Wait a minute. You're not gonna call me out like that. Like you're not scared as well.
I'm not. I can handle it.
Anyways, there's like 2 rides I don't ride out of the whole park. I ride pretty much all of them. A newfound ride that we got on was a Dumbo ride
Yeah.
that we kind of liked, and we went on it twice.
You hated they're not kept fucking with the thing.
Okay, listen. There's a Dumbo ride, and it's one you literally sit on, and then you handle the lever how high you go. And I'm scared of heights, so
I held it all the way to the top.
I wasn't very excited about it. But I was like, I want to do it because people get on it all the time, and it looks so fun. And usually it's for like little kids, like it's in Fantasyland, so it's for little kids. But Martin and I were like, oh, let's get on.
Cat was worried that we weren't gonna fit it in it. I was like, bro, there's bigger people that I've seen that make it work. I think we can make it work.
Okay. Anyways, yeah, I was scared, but we did get on it.
Yes.
And it was fun. And Martin pulled. Okay, my thing is like I'm okay with heights. Like if you put us up, like I'm good. I'm not looking down, but I'm good. No, this fool was trying to drop us every 5 seconds. So even though we were up, he was trying to bring us down. And it's not like it was fast,
but you
but
felt
like
the
you
jolt
felt
of it going
enough.
down.
Yeah, you felt enough of it going down that I was like, dude, stop. And then he was trying to do it because he thought it was funny that I was freaking out, and he was
then
just killing my vibe.
I would just scream just to spike up her blood pressure.
Yeah.
Ah!
Yeah, it was not fun. I mean, it was fun in the
It was
fact that we
fun.
hadn't ridden it before.
I got
We
on
also
it.
got on the carousel, which we usually don't get on.
Yeah, because last time Cat was kind of throwing a jab about it, and I was just like, okay, then we'll
Throwing
get
a
on
jab
it.
is crazy.
Uh,
I just said I
hot
hadn't
take.
been on it.
Hot take right there. It's
Hot
crazy.
take. Anyways, so we got on it. I can do without. It was cool for the one time.
I mean, yeah, for the vibes, I guess.
It was cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what we did.
The pictures came out incredible.
Oh yeah, we did take pictures. So with Genie Pass, you get the picture plus. I think it's what it's called.
Yes, you can go around to certain locations where they have people that are taking the pictures.
The photographers.
The photographers, and you just go wait in line that they have, the little line that they have.
Show them the code,
Show them the code.
and they'll scan it onto your phone, and then you can download it to your pictures from the app.
Yes.
Usually I'm not a big fan, but the pictures this time turned out really cute. So that's great.
Yeah, and shout out to Kat for finding this baseball like t-shirt.
Oh my gosh, we should talk about that. Okay, so when we first walked in the park, Martin never wants to like, because it's expensive in the park, so we rarely ever buy like merch there. But when we walked in, we saw this guy. Oh no, you saw it on the rail first, right?
Yeah.
So we were when you go down Main Street, they're like souvenir shops, which essentially is just merch.
And I looked at it and I was just like, I'm a real huge fan of that. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm not,
So what was it?
it was this baseball Disneyland
jersey,
like
a baseball jersey,
like a baseball jersey with the buttons. So it was simple.
It was gray with white stitching, and then Disneyland in the front. And did it have anything on the back?
No, on the front it was just the castle, the outline embroidered.
Oh yeah.
And then I think it was on the sides. It was also embroidered.
Yeah, on the hand.
And then on the back, it was just Disneyland.
Yeah. So Martin was like, "Oh, I like this shirt," and I was like, "Okay, let's see if they have your size," because at the parks they go as big as a 3X. So I was like, "Let's see if they have your size, whatever."
And it's hard to find size for me because I'm a 4X. I'm a big dude, so it's troubling to find shirts for me.
So I was like, "Let's see if they have a 3X, and we'll just see." Because, anyways, yeah. So we went to the shop and I asked, and they were like, "No, we don't have any here, but you should check Downtown Disney." And I was like, okay. And last time, you guys know, last time I went to Downtown Disney, I had a panic attack. So I was not trying to go. But Martin really liked this shirt. And I was like, no, we're going to go find this shirt. Like, if it's the last thing I do today, we're finding this shirt.
And I was like already defeated because I was like, it only goes up to 2X. Like, I already know that we're not going to find it.
Yeah. So I was like, no, if it's the last thing I do today, we're going to find this shirt. Because there's like there's a World of Disney and then there's another store in Downtown Disney that sells like the merch. So we went to all the stores in Disneyland and there was none. So then we went to Downtown Disney and I was like hunting that store. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I can't find it. He's like, just give it up. And I was like, no, I'm going to find this shirt. Like, if it's the last thing that I do today, I'm going to find this shirt. So we're hunting. And I finally walked the whole store. And Downtown Disney or World of Disney downtown is like big. So I was walking the whole store. And I was like, I cannot find, like, I was accepting defeat. I was like, I can't find it. Like, I walked the whole store. On the walk out, I see this lady holding up a jersey. And it's the one that we want. Mm-hmm. And she's asking the cast member if they have a certain size. And on the back of the rack, I see a 3X. And I think the lady was asking for a 3X.
Cat just went.
So as soon as I
socked them in their face.
Shut up. I curve around the cast member and I grab it out. I was like, oh, excuse me. And she scooted over and I grabbed it off the rack and then I just kept walking. Because like, that's low-key mean. But you really wanted the shirt. So I finessed it. And then we got it and I was like, okay, let's go. Yeah. And Martin was all excited. And then because we didn't find it, he found a second shirt that he was like, oh, I kind of want this one too. And I was like, yeah, that's a really cute shirt. You should get it. And he was like, and Disney is expensive. Let's not lie now. But he never, ever finds like merch that he likes. So I was like, fuck it, I'll get it for you. So then he got 2 shirts, a baseball jersey and like a t-shirt.
Yeah.
So that was our trip.
And it was a great trip. I loved it overall. At the end of it, I always love that when we leave LA, we always get Howling Rays. Howling Rays is always a plus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was kind of what we did.
Yeah, that was our spur of the moment.
Mm-hmm. Now we came home and all our family was like, "You went to Disneyland? Like,
yeah.
How could you?" So we low-key have another trip in the books for June.
Yeah. A birthday.
But we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited.
I'm excited too. And like I said, I think we're going to plan another, day trip and maybe we'll be in SF.
I know. We'll see if Adi listens and she'll text us.
We'll see, huh?
We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yeah. We'll see.
Absolutely. And maybe we'll take up the equipment.
Yeah, we can do another episode. She'll like it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, so yeah, that's our Disney trip, our wild hair.
Spur of the moment. Yeah, and also if you're young and you have the funds, just get out of town.
Yeah, and then just if you know what you're planning for your future, like in my case, I already have shit for my retirement. Mm-hmm. If you already have something in case for just something set and something,
or even the savings, if you have money in savings.
Absolutely, whatever it is, as long as you have money saved and put away and be like, I'm not touching this. This is whatever it is. And you have money left over for yourself, spoil yourself.
Yeah, I think it's important, especially now while you can.
Yeah, and embrace the little things. This is another thing that I'll give to you, is that when you look at wasting money to go out of town or to do anything, don't look at it that way. Look at it as another buying, like another expense. Memory. Because you're buying memories.
Yeah.
You're not throwing money away. You're actually buying memories to embrace one another, to enjoy one another, to live in the moment.
Yeah.
And that's what's the important thing.
Yeah.
So,
keep that in mind.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys for listening for another episode. We love you guys. And remember, you guys can check us out on Instagram and TikTok at brokeboys_FF. And don't forget that you can always stay tuned to us every Sunday and Wednesday. We love you guys. We hope you guys have a great rest of the week and be safe. Much love. Peace.
Bye.